First topic of this series. Basically, I'm just going to be going over candlesticks because if we don't understand what candlesticks are, we can't really get anywhere. So, essentially, on your chart, if you haven't really changed anything, you're probably going to see a series of green and red candles. And so, but for me, I change it up because I think it just looks cooler. And so, black for me is going to represent red candles for you guys, and this white represents green. And so I'll basically just start off by going over what green and red represents, if I can find my candlesticks that I'd marked out. And so to begin, like I said, this white represents up, this black one represents down. All right, so this one for you guys is going to represent green. This is going to represent black, or this is going to represent green for you guys. And so what green means is price moved up, correct? Red means price moved down. It moved up or down in relation to the previous candle close. And so we can see right here, this is a white candle, meaning price moved up. Therefore, this next one, we can see it is black because it moves down in relation to the previous candle. And so when I say in relation to the previous candle, I mean the previous candle close. And so right here we see a white candle, meaning again, price moved up. So essentially this candle right here opens, price opens right here, and it moved all the way up to here where it closed. Price closed right here. So we opened right here and we closed right here. Price moved from here all the way up to here. Okay? And so this next candle opens where the previous candle closes, and depending on where it moves, it will either be white or black. Here it is black because it is lower, price ends up closing lower in relation to where the previous candle closed. And so we close here, we open here, but we drop all the way down here, meaning it is going to end up being a black candle because price is lower in relation to the previous candle's closure. All right, so now that we've gone over how to understand these bodies of these candlesticks, I just want to go over one last thing with these candlesticks, and that is these wicks that we see right here below and above these bodies. And so essentially what these wicks are, it's very simple, right? Price just went down into this area right here and moved back up, right? So obviously right here we see price open right here. Price moved up to here, it closed here, but at some point within this candle, price also went down here, and it also went up to here, opened right here, went up to here, also went all the way down to here. However, it opened here and it ended up closing here. And so we just end up seeing a continuation of this same pattern of ups and downs within the market. And we use these candlesticks to read price action, to read and understand where price might end up going. And so those things that we use to identify where price might go are what we call our building blocks or our confluences. And so, so obviously right here, up here, we have we have different time frames, correct? So we have a 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute. We have hours, we have days, months, and so essentially, so if we go to like a 5 minute, right? If we go to a 5 minute, if we go to a 5 minute, if we zoom in, let's go to this right here. So if we zoom in on price, right here, beginning let's say whatever it says 1500 right here, so 3 p.m. Beginning 3 p.m. we saw this movement. So if I zoom into the 1 minute time frame, I'm going to see that price ended up opening right here on the 1 minute, and at some point it went down to here, and at some point it also went up to here, but price ended up closing after 5 minutes all the way up to here, right? So essentially what we're expecting to see on the 1 minute time frame is movements up. Right here, obviously, we moved down. Maybe that was just a wick on the 1 minute, whatever. We expect to see price over 5 candles in an overall uptrend. So let's scale down to the 1 minute to time 1500. So right here, exactly at 1500, what do we see? One, two, three, four, five. We see five candles to the upside. Obviously, some are smaller than others. And one thing also, these candles right here, we will go into this later on in this series. These two candles right here, little candles like these right here, candles like these, candles that basically have wicks. Sometimes they're longer than others. Um, but they close very close to the center. So right here, price opened here, but it basically opened and closed at the same area. We didn't see an actual move up or an actual move down. Those are what we call doji candles. And it basically just shows an indecisiveness within price in the market. And so these things, so at times, right, we're gonna see huge upwards moves. And these doji candles can sometimes be a clear sign of a reversal. And so whenever we see it's kind of like a slowdown in the upwards movement in price at times. But essentially, like I said, it is just a what is it called? Um an indecisiveness within price in the market. And so obviously we see that here. But like I said, this is just a video explaining what these candlesticks are. We will dive deeper into the building blocks later on within the video and how we can apply those building blocks into a strategy. And so far, I hope you guys can just realize that white candles mean price is moving up. Black candles mean price is moving down. These wicks just means that price was there at a certain point, but within this 1 minute time frame, it opened at the top right here and it closed at the bottom. All right, so we look at the closure. Like I said, closure on the downwards candles is always at the bottom, and closure on upwards candles is always at the top. And we usually see that we usually see price open on the next candle where it closed on the previous candle, okay? And so hopefully that gives you a basic idea of how what these candlesticks are, and maybe what they mean and what these wicks mean. And obviously the bigger the candle, the more price movement you see, right? We see price right here. And so the bigger the candle up, the bigger the candle down, the more price movement, the more volume it is. And so and so we went over the size of the candles, we went over the colors, we went over closures, we went over opens, we went over wicks. And so hopefully that gave you a pretty clear idea. We went over time frames. And so hopefully that gave you a pretty good idea of candlesticks so far. I appreciate you guys watching the first video. Please subscribe to me on YouTube, follow me on Instagram, follow me on this journey. And like I said, I will be continuing to upload constant videos on this channel. Peace out. I will see you guys in the next one.